Ever feel lost, like you're totally out in the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere in your own life?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I know the feeling.
Well, today's deep dive uh, might give us some unexpected inspiration,
Okay.
and it all starts with camels.
Wow. All right. I'm intrigued already.
So we're going to look at this poem today called Next to Camels.
Okay.
It's by V.N.Giritharan and translated by Latha Ramakrishnan.
Yeah.
And it uses the camel as like this powerful metaphor for resilience,
Interesting.
that strength we all need to like get through life's tough stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all face those deserts in our lives, right?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and this poem, it just throws us right into a real desert,
Okay.
a place I think most people would just find like totally
Oh,
unbearable.
sure. Yeah.
But for the camel, it's home.
Right.
And the poem says, camels don't get disheartened by the deserts. They are not frightened by the blowing wind.
It's like they just accept it.
Yeah.
They embrace the harshness even.
And I think that's what makes them so resilient.
I think so too.
You know, it makes me think, like, we often kind of underestimate how strong we actually are, like our own ability to bounce back from things.
Yeah, we forget we have what it takes.
Yeah.
Just like the camel,
Right.
we're kind of designed to handle tough times.
And we may not have humps to store water,
Haha. Right.
but we have our own ways of like getting ready for those unexpected things.
Absolutely. And the poem actually talks about that preparation.
Or does it?
Yeah, it says, willingly seek and undertake long journeys with water stored, they love it all the more.
Wow. So it's not just about surviving, it's about being prepared for it.
Exactly. It's about having those reserves you can tap into when things get hard.
Okay, so the camel's like teaching us that resilience isn't just about like, clenching your jaw and pushing through it.
Right.
It's about getting ready for it beforehand.
Yeah, it's about actively building up your mental and emotional spine.
So it's like a proactive thing.
Totally. It's like the camel storing water.
Yeah.
We can do things to build our resilience too, like mindfulness or having good relationships.
Or even just taking care of yourself.
Exactly. Self-care is huge.
Yeah, and that leads to this really powerful part of the poem where it's like the speaker's feeling totally overwhelmed and lost.
Okay.
And they compare it to like a tornado within and a tumultuous sea inside.
Oh, wow.
And it just feels so...
It's like universal.
Yeah.
Everyone's felt that at some point.
And then right after that feeling of just being lost, the poet brings the camel back.
Yeah, interesting.
They say, I invariably think of camels.
So the camels is like a symbol of hope then?
Yeah, I think so. Like it reminds us that even when everything's chaotic, we can still find strength.
That's a great way to look at it.
There's this other line that really stuck with me.
Which one?
Ho. How strong the camels are physically, ho. How strong they are mentally.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like the poet wants us to find that same mental strength.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking, like, isn't the camel's physical resilience a big part of what makes them so mentally tough, too?
That's a really good point. Camels are incredibly well adapted to super harsh environments.
Yeah, they can take a lot.
Their physical strength definitely helps their mental resilience.
Yeah.
And I think the poet's kind of getting at that.
Okay.
Like by taking care of ourselves both physically and mentally, we become more resilient overall.
Interesting. Okay, so just when we're starting to feel all inspired by these camels,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
the poem kind of throws us a curveball.
Really, what happens?
A friend asks, are they better than the refugees crossing the seas, journeying in heavy vehicle carriages going beyond time?
Wow. Yeah, that definitely changes things.
Like a whole new perspective.
Makes you think about resilience in a different way.
Yeah, like it's not just about camels in the desert.
Right. It's about people facing really difficult situations, too.
And it makes you wonder, is resilience always the same thing?
Yeah.
Or are there different kinds?
I think there probably are.
It's like, at what point does resilience become just survival?
That's a really good question, and I don't think the poem gives us an easy answer.
Yeah, it does.
But it makes us think about those tough questions.
It does.
It makes us realize that people deal with hardship in all sorts of ways.
Right.
And resilience can look really different depending on the situation.
Yeah, that's a really good point. This deep dive has really given me a lot to think about.
Me too.
Camels, refugees, resilience.
It's a powerful combination.
Yeah, and it's clear there's no one right way to deal with those tough times in life.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the whole point,
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe.
Maybe it's about recognizing what we're good at
Mm-hmm.
and how we adapt.
Yeah.
And finding our own inner camel to like guide us through it all.
Our own inner camel. I like that.
What deserts are you facing in your own life?
That's a good question for everyone listening.
And where can you find your inner camel to help you get through them?
I think that's a great place to leave it.
I think so too.
Lots to think about.
Yeah, definitely.